There is a new weapon in the fight against COVID-19. The Valoro company provides NASA-based active pure technology air purifiers that rapidly eliminate 99.9% of airborne SARS-CoV-2 viruses from your immediate environment. This amazing advanced technology filtering system was first developed for use by the NASA Space Shuttle program, and now to help meet the curable demand of the global pandemic crises. This amazing technology is made available at affordable pricing to the general public for your home or place of business use. For more information, contact US Asia OT and Majestics LLC at 689-222-8900 or 312-200-0109. Or email subject information@usasiaonlinetrade@gmail.com.
Welcome to this episode of the Outfront Podcast with host Vince Noble, the podcast that gives emerging leaders and career transitioning individuals the information and inspiration to thrive and become their best. For sponsorship and advertisement opportunities, please contact info@nobleresolutions.com. And now, your host, Vince Noble.
I want to acknowledge each and every one of you who is stepping into your authentic power today.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Outfront Podcast. I am your host, Vince Noble. Hey, I am super excited today. We have the distinct pleasure of having with us an amazing up-and-coming hip-hop artist, BriCold, out of Chicago. Yeah, that's right, Chi-Town. I am certainly big on evaluating talent. He is a bona fide superstar, and you just wait and see. So buckle your seatbelts today. I think it's only the beginning of what we see in a billion-dollar earner like Brianna. BriCold started singing and rapping at a young age just as a simple hobby, but quickly realized she could actually make a living doing the things she loved to do. As always, before we get started with these extraordinary conversations, I want to say, as much as I love how intellectually stimulating they are meant to drive us into meaningful action. So as you listen, our guests are not solely on this show to promote themselves, their services, or products. However, in large part, to provide significant insights and actionable steps to encourage you, thereby helping to shift you from one level to the next. I encourage you to listen and think about how you may be positively impacted in some way. No matter who you are, it is my greatest hope that you find tremendous value in today's episode. We certainly have a lot to unpack in this episode, so let's go.
Shouts out to Vince Noble. What up? That's the big homie. Help me stack when my pockets was flat. Now I got a grip on me. Information, motivation, inspiration. Make sure that you avoid elimination. Renovation of your finances. I done had more than 5 chances. Vince got more than 5 answers. A celebration. Let's hire dancers. On this good game, you bet not bypass. Out front. Yep, that's the podcast.
BriCold, welcome to the show today.
Hey, thank you for having me.
Hey, listen, it is truly a pleasure having you to come spend some time with us. We just wanted to catch up with you before you get too busy.
Thank you. Yeah. It's grateful to be a part of the show today.
Yes, absolutely. So, BriCold, listen, for those who may not know you, tell us a little bit about yourself, musically. What was your early influences growing up, and sort of what has brought you to the music you so passionately do today?
Growing up, I would always dance and sing with friends and cousins, so everyone knew I had talent, but I was always shy. So I kind of hid my talent and wasn't really sure to pursue it, but I grew up listening to like a mixture of Aaliyah, Ashanti, Destiny Child, Tupac, like a good mixture. And I was like influenced by the way like it made me feel emotionally, or how I can relate and connect to the artist. So the older I got, I connected and realized like I was sleeping on my talent. So I became motivated and challenged myself to come out my shell and just love what I do.
Right. There's some phenomenal artists. Also, you mentioned, specifically, like artists like Aaliyah.
Yes.
So how did she really influence you in a way? What is like the one thing you would say about, the artist Aaliyah?
She was very authentic to me. And the way she expressed herself, her style, how she looked, it wasn't too much she was doing to come off as different. I loved it.
Yeah, that's true. I can agree with that. So what would you say was that defining moment for you, when you realized, hey, listen, I want to be doing this for a living. I believe I had a talent to do this for a living. What was that defining moment like for you?
Actually, I was in a physical therapy program, and it kind of clicked to me. I knew that wouldn't be my ideal career. So I knew I had better potential of being an entrepreneur, and I didn't know actually what I would be doing. So I kind of went to the studio and was just going to play songs that'd be cute in the car. And everyone was like, you sound good. You should actually take it serious.
Right.
So I kind of fueled that confidence everyone was giving me and made it my purpose.
Right. That's awesome. So, it's always interesting to know, and I often ask, artists in terms of, the creative process. What is that creative process specifically like for you? And, what time or what space do you have to be in, to be at your best when you're writing, or in other words, when you're creating?
Honestly, I go off the vibes. I usually freestyle. So once I hear a beat, I kind of get the vibe and flow going to see if I can get a song or a nice melody or verse from that. So if I'm very unproductive, I challenge myself because I work very well under pressure. So I need to be like pressured sometimes.
Right. We all work well sometime under pressure.
Yeah.
How would you personally describe the music that you typically create? Was it hip hop, pop, R&B, or you don't even like the idea of being boxed into a specific label, if you will?
I feel as if I create both R&B and hip hop music because I do sing as well as rap. However, I wouldn't want to be boxed in because I know I have other different lanes I can jump into.
Right, absolutely. So if you could change, I would say, any one thing about the industry today, what would it be?
If I can change anything about the industry today, it would definitely be the protocol majority female artists have to go by just to fit in.
Well, that's a big one there. So we have to stop right there. Let's unpack that a bit. The protocol that majority of female artists have to go by just to fit in. So specifically, what does that look like for you? What do you mean when you say that?
Just claiming their dominant position in order to stand out, or going about things a certain way to get noticed, whether if it's like a trend or for clout. I feel like female artists shouldn't have to do all of that to show their genuality in music.
Right.
It should be a passion. Right. They should love what you do and be true to who you are.
Absolutely. So in some way, do you see yourself as a role model?
Yes. I feel as I was born to be a role model. I always stood out as a young child, always been a leader. And I have like a very positive aspect on life. So definitely a role model.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's refreshing to hear that in a sense, simply because, you often hear individuals that has reached iconic status, if you will, oftentimes will respond back that they don't view themselves as some sort of a role model or some sort, and as if they don't have a responsibility in some way. Yeah. But that's good you would say that.
Thank you.
Yeah. So what can your fans expect to see from you in 2022? I mean, like, what is so different musically that we can expect to see from you?
My fans can expect diversity, authenticity from me. They will notice how my music will set a tone. So they will know, like, you don't have to go a certain route to do certain things to stay relevant. Like I said, by simply being yourself and staying true to who you are.
Right.
They'll get a feel through that, through the music. Like, hey, I like her. She just being natural. She's not forcing it. That's how I want people to feel. I want people to connect and relate to me.
Right. So what has been the most satisfying moment thus far in your career, and why?
The most satisfying moment would just be how people can relate to me and connect to me without having to be feeling like they have to get too deep within. They can just listen and relate. Like, hey, I like that. I like how you put that.
Right. So in terms of collaboration, I have to ask, who would you most like to collaborate with?
That's a good one. I have a variety, but I would say, of course, Money Man. He's a rapper. I feel like he's very strategic. And I like the way he put his words together and he make you think. And I like that about him. So I would want to like him to work with me so I can tap into my inner strategic thoughts and just come up with certain things.
I mean, that's a good one. I wouldn't argue with that. That's a good one, actually. You know, I would say Money Man arguably is perhaps, one of the top 5 male artists today.
Yes.
And he is definitely what I would consider an interesting character, and even from the business aspect of it, a great deal. From what I understand thus far is he's very business savvy. Yeah. One thing being one of the first artists to be paid in Bitcoin. But that was very interesting. That was a very strategic move, if you would say, right?
Yes, he analyzes his life differently. I like it.
Yeah. He's a cut above, and so he is. That would be a good one. So Bree, before we go, how can people connect with some of the things you're doing, your tour dates, some of the stuff that projects you're working on, or you just connect with you either online or through social media?
Yes, you can follow me on Instagram at choose_Bree, and then I have a Snapchat at BWILL54, and that's my Snapchat. So I only have an Instagram and Snapchat for now.
Oh, that's awesome. So listen, BriCold, thank you for spending some time with us today. And listen, please come back and join us soon.
Yes, it was a pleasure being a part of the show today. I'll be more than happy to join again anytime. Thank you.
Yes, it's certainly been a pleasure. And again, come back and join us soon.
Will do. Thank you.
We certainly hope that you enjoyed today's episode. So make sure to join our Facebook group, Out Front with Vince Noble. And don't forget to comment, rate, share, and subscribe on the Apple Podcast or wherever you listen to download your podcast. Until next time, remember, you still get to write your own life story.